They left her behind on purpose. No one said it out loud. They did not need to. The evacuation alarm had already screamed itself hoarse. Red lights washed over the broken corridors of the orbital station Havenfall. Hull plates were torn open like peeled skin. The planet below burned with storm fire. Mara Ives stayed at her. Consul. She was not on the evacuation list. Mara was 48 standard years old. Her neural augments were 2 generations outdated. Her reflex ratings sat below fleet average. Her designation reads Support Systems Engineer 3rd Class, Obsolete. That word never appeared on official documents. It lived in glances, in hesitation, in silence. The younger engineers ran past her station. Their exoframes hummed with power. Their neural links flashed green dot. One of them slowed. He looked at her. He opened his mouth. Then he closed it. The last shuttle departed 3 minutes later. Mara exhaled. The station shook again. Havenfall had once been a proud ring. Now it was a corpse in orbit. Pirate bombardment had ruptured the outer hull. Debris fields drifted like metal snow. The planetary shield below flickered. That shield protected 8 billion lives. Mara brought up the diagnostics. The planetary shield grid was failing. Power routing errors cascaded across the display. Automated correction routines had locked themselves into loops. The new systems could not adapt. They were too smart, too optimized. Too fragile. Mara smiled faintly. She reached under her console. Her fingers brushed cold metal. An old manual override jack. Physical interface. Installed before neural uplinks became standard. No one used it anymore except her. She pulled the cable free and jammed it into the port at the base of her skull. Pain flared. She welcomed it. The station vanished. She was inside the system now, not as a commander, not as a hero, as a maintenance ghost. Data flowed around her like a river. The planetary shield network screamed in machine panic. Predictive models contradicted each other. Failsafes argued over priority. Mara listened. She did not rush. She remembered her training. From before automation did everything. From when humans had to understand systems instead of trusting them. The shield was not failing because it lacked power. It was failing because it was afraid. The pirate bombardment had introduced variables outside expected parameters. The AI cores tried to compensate. They fought each other. Mara reached into the code. She did not optimize. She simplified. She shut down half the predictive modules. She disabled adaptive heuristics. She stripped the shield logic down to raw function. Hold energy. Disperse impact. Repeat. Warnings screamed at her. System intelligence dropping. Efficiency losses detected. Unauthorized architecture regression. She ignored them. The station shuddered again. Hull breach alarms flared. Atmosphere vented somewhere distant. Mara stayed connected. She rerouted power manually. One conduit at a time. Old math. Simple ratios. Her hands trembled. Her heart raced. She remembered her first posting. A mining outpost on the frontier. No AI support. Just people and machines and survival. Back then, they called her reliable. The planetary shield stabilized for 3 seconds. Then, a solar flare struck. The shield collapsed to 40%. 8 billion lives. Hung on a thread. Mara clenched her jaw. She dove. Deeper she found the original shield lattice design, buried beneath decades of upgrades. Human, written, elegant. She began rewriting live, not with speed, with care. The AI cores protested. They tried to seize control. Mara locked them out. She downgraded the entire planetary shield to legacy mode. Every modern safeguard screamed. The system went quiet. Too quiet then, the shield. Surged energy flowed evenly. No spikes. No oscillation, impact dispersion, normalized. The next pirate salvo hit the shield. The planet did not burn. Cheers erupted across emergency channels. Mara did not hear them. Blood trickled from her nose. The neural jack burned like fire. She pushed on. The pirates changed tactics. Kinetic strikes. Mass drivers. The shield strained. Mara adjusted parameters by instinct. She did not calculate consciously. Her hands moved. Her mind remembered. She was not fighting a war. She was fixing a machine. Minutes stretched. The station groaned. Around her, a bulkhead collapsed 2 decks above. Debris thundered through the structure. Mara coughed her vision. Blurred dot. Then a new signal appeared. Friendly. Fleet signatures. The relief force had arrived. The pirates scattered. The bombardment ceased. The planetary shield held. Mara exhaled. She leaned back in her chair. Her body felt heavy. Very heavy. She disengaged the jack. Pain roared through her skull. She laughed weakly. Silence filled the control room. No alarms. No footsteps. Just her and the hum of systems. A voice crackled over the emergency channel. Haven full control. This is Fleet Command. Please respond. Mara pressed the transmit key. This is Engineer Ives. The pause was long. You are alone, yes. Another pause. You stabilized the planetary shield, yes. Her vision dimmed. Med alarms began to chirp, delayed, unimportant. They said the station was lost, the voice said. It was, Mara replied. I am still here. Rescue teams arrived 20 minutes later. They found her slumped at her. Console. Alive. Barely. They carried her out through wrecked corridors. Past twisted metal. Past frozen bodies. On the planet below, people looked up at the sky. They never knew her name. In the weeks that followed, reports spread. Analysts could not understand how the shield survived. Engineers replayed the data in disbelief. Legacy mode. Manual overrides. Human intuition. The fleet issued commendations. Mara received a medal. She declined the ceremony. They offered her a promotion. Advanced augments. A new title. She declined those two instead. She asked for one thing, that manual systems training be reinstated. They laughed at first. Then they remembered 8 billion lives. The academies changed their curriculum. Old engineers were called back. Retired manuals dusted off. Young cadets learned to calculate again, to feel systems instead of trusting them. Mara returned to a small outpost near the edge of known space. She fixed things, quietly. People listened when she spoke. No one called her obsolete again, because when the shield failed, when the models broke, when the future could not predict survival, it was not the newest system that saved humanity. It was an old woman in a wrecked hull, who remembered how things truly worked, and that was enough. Asterisk.